This is great. Yagazie.
Anyị atọpela ngwugwu a. Ọmarịcha ngwugwu a ekechiri kemgbe. N'anya kem, akwụkwọ ka amazala ahụ. Aha ejiri mara ya aka bụ ụtọ, akwa aja. Imegidere n'igala akpụkpọ kwa aja. Emeze gị gwa anyị ihe hụrụ. Ndewo.
At a vibrant age of 30, full of life and hope for the future, and after looking back at his tough battles with faith, 15 years after his father died while he was just 15, Chukwuebuka Amaechi now rightfully feels like a man who grabbed himself in the wrist and wriggled free. 17th day of June 2023 therefore becomes a date with history to mark his 30th birthday and thank God for his bountiful goodness, guidance and protections, as well as asking him for more blessings.
Yes, Jesus! Thank you. Yes. Happy birthday. Celebrate with him. And we're going to put our way back. Yes. Oh no.
As it turns out, Chukwuebuka's 30th birthday celebration is a celebration with a difference. While the cake is for bodily nourishments of guests, the public lecture is an intellectual harvest and replanting, a banquet for the mind and soul, because it is seminal.
I have pinpointed lack of mentorship as the major cause for all the Quicksands youths, young people have to endure. We lack mentorship so terribly. That is why I see it as unfortunately risible when we blame not teaching history in our schools as the cause of Igbo's fringe role in Nigeria's politics. How can someone think that he is marginalized and still want the one who marginalizes him to arm him with such obvious weapon as history? If not teaching history in primary and secondary school is truly the problem of Igbo man, then teaching history in our universities would have been the solution. What happened to protests? What happened to seminar and symposium? What happened to one tell one? What happened to mentorship and apprenticeship? Which primary or secondary school taught the few young people who know history? Our children are no longer taking Igbo in their WAEC exams. Should we also blame history? No, we blame optional. They say it's optional, so it's not very important. It's an error for an Igbo child not to write Igbo during WAEC. But it is not only the students' unwillingness to take Igbo language. As days go by, we find less and less teachers of Igbo language. Who are we going to blame this time? History or optional? Let us quickly begin to guide our words towards understanding the need to return, promote and value our native language. Today I have made my own contribution by way of Akwa Aja.
The lecture is titled Quicksands and Rebounds, Dialogue with Chukwuebuka at 30. What about Akwa Aja? Akwa Aja is a brand new baby girl from Chukwuebuka Amaechi's loin. A drama piece written in Igbo, introduced to the world of readers at the Whelan Research Academy, Wetheral Road, Owerri, Imo State. From Whelan, Akwa Aja joins her 5 other siblings, namely, Before the Inauguration, Beta Pikin, In the Long Run, The Tortoise and the Wild Animals, and Other Stories, Ikemba the Wrestler, and Other Stories. In Akwa Aja, Chukwuebuka, who is also a prose writer and a teacher, sues for a better forward-looking society rooted in equity and justice. A society where customs and traditional practices that no longer serve the purpose they were intended will be interrogated with a view to amending them, pruning their thorny edges to make them more workable in a contemporary society. In Kwaa, discomforting widowhood practices as against those of not so stringent widowerhood practices were put into focus.
We are not advocating for a change of tradition, but we are advocating for an amendment so that a widow can have her life at least. The fact that a woman who is a widow, whose husband is still in the mortuary, cannot go out to look for what to eat is terrible.
Owerri has dramatic enactment of this Igbo language masterpiece, as well as a scholarly review show as much.
I bịa na nwanne anyị nwoke hichaga ofe ka ikirie nya bụ ofe detu ire malụ ma ụtụkwara nnu ma mmanụ ọnọbịa ma yabasị ọbakwara ya mara nụ ma nke a na-akpọ ma dị ọnọkwa n'ime mara ka mo isi ya bụ ofe ọfụma egwu ga-ekwe m kwuo na dịka m si wee lele ofe ahụ tupu m bịaba ebe a na ofe ahụ o siri ọfụma o yere eye biko nụ ka anyị kọrọ na ya aka
Chairman at the tripod event, who is also the special advisor to the Imo State Governor on Secondary Education Management Board, Honorable Prince Ezala Ferdinand Akano says,
Kwaa is a story of an aspect of our tradition, especially as it concerns marriage, extended relationship system, the right of burial and funeral, the roles of Umuada and Umuoke in that aspect of our culture. So I think it is something that we will need to imbibe. It is something that we need to read. It is something that we need to take in so that we will from there develop our orientation about our culture, the way that we live. I want to commend you, my brother. I think that Chukwuebuka is a survivor. Survive he must, because the grace of God is upon him.
Now, these days, when to their own detriment, Ndi Igbo are becoming increasingly notorious for not using their language, why did Chukwuebuka write Kwaa in the Igbo language?
Ndị mmadụ mara amụma sị na asụsụ Igbo ga-ala na ọnwụ ga-anwụga, mana ebe e nwere ndị dịka Chukwuebuka nwere ike idepụta akwụkwọ n'asụsụ Igbo ya na ndị ọzọkwa dịka ya, ha tikọ aka ọnụ, asụsụ Igbo agaghị ala.
Even as the drums roll for Chukwuebuka, they hardly drown the pains of loss of his bosom friend, late Madabuchukwu Kingsley Osuagwu, who the cold claws of death caught through a fatal motorcycle accident.
Kingsley died this year. He didn't survive a motor accident. A lecture without talking about my bosom friend and brother, whom lived all the happy and terrible childhood with me, and is no more, would be a terrible one.
It's to Madabuchukwu that Chukwuebuka dedicates Kwaa. Chukwuebuka Amaechi, Amagi agaghị echi. You will live more fruitfully for many more 30 years. You will write many more books in the Igbo language. Books that will impact humanity positively. What could be more? Your thinking cap will grow broader. Your pen, fluid and fierce if need be, a wordsmith. Your words made sharper, even as your voice becomes stronger, you will become a renowned scholar, an intellectual giant on the global stage. Nke a wụ maka na Kwaa ahụ ọgụ, ahụ ọgụ alụọ ọgụ, alụọ ọgụ emerie ọgụ. Ebuka, kwere na ị lụọla ma merie ọgụ. Ya bụrụ na ị kwenyela na nke a, ngwa tipụrụ m 5. 5 in Owerri.